Welcome back to part two. This is going to be the notes. I'll probably break this video up into two parts for the first half, second half of the notes. Today we're actually going to be creating a tab foldable, a tab thing. And this will help you as you're looking at videos and pictures and reading descriptions, determine whether or not a chemical reaction has taken place. We are going to use an acronym. An acronym is a sentence, and sometimes they're nonsense or they're goofy or funny, but it's a sentence that helps you remember specific things. You are probably familiar with the acronym for remembering the planets or the order of the planets, and that acronym is "My very excellent mother just served us nachos." If you learn something besides nachos, I do nachos because I love nachos. Well, today we have a goofy acronym. Our goofy acronym is city, girls, or guys like their cell phone on city girls like their cell phone on, on silent. I thought I was missing a word there for a second because I had the extra one, but that's not a tab down there. City girls like their cell phone on silent. This is an acronym that we will use in class often because I will ask you, what's your proof? What's your evidence? When you say that something, a chemical reaction took place, what's your proof? What's your evidence? And you'll refer to these tabs to come up with your evidence. We're going to walk through these now. Like I said, we're going to go through city girls like there. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to make a second video, and we'll go through cell phone on silent. They're really simple, but you have to remember all of them when you go to take a test. So let's start with city. So city, I'm going to do a little bit of a zoom. City is pretty simple. The first word in this stands for what all the other words are. So city stands for chemical. That's an R, reactions. Chemical reactions. Every other letter on this acronym, the other 7 letters, are going to tell you something about what you would see, what you would hear, what you would taste, what you would smell to identify a, not taste. You don't get to taste anything in my class. Don't make that mistake. This isn't like kitchen class. But anything you would observe, this will show you the differences. So let's start. So city is chemical reactions. Girls or guys is gas produced. So gas produced. That means when you mix two things together, you'll see bubbles or fizzing. For example, if you've ever had Pop Rocks candy, when you put them in your mouth, you can actually hear them like sizzling and popping and stuff. That sizzling and popping in your mouth would be a gas produced. So a chemical reaction is taking place whenever you eat Pop Rocks. The same is true if you've ever seen the little tablets that you drop in water and they bubble and fizz. Some of them are medicine like Alka-Seltzer. That bubbling and fizzing is an indication of a chemical reaction. All right, like this one I know that you've seen or at least know of because every kid knows one toy or has seen one toy, but like is light produced. Light produced. That toy is a glow stick. So with a glow stick, when you bend the glow stick and it goes crack and snap, on the inside you're actually breaking a little bitty glass vial. And in that glass vial is a liquid. So you have a liquid outside the vial, you have a liquid inside the vial. And when you break the vial, it mixes them. And you sit there and you shake it up and it starts to glow. That's a chemical reaction taking place. I'm telling you right now, if that chemical inside of the glow stick was easy to get, I Mr. Harris, I would buy it all the time, and I would have it just randomly places, and like I could go like squirt stuff with a squirt gun with the other chemical in it and just make things glow. I would have so much fun. But that chemical is really hard to get and really expensive, so I don't get to play like that. It would be fun to play like that. All right, so light produced. There. This is heat. No, sorry. Temperature change. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is a temperature change. The heat is because it gets hot or gets warmer. It doesn't always have to be hot, or it gets colder. So if you play sports and you've ever seen somebody get hurt out on the field, sometimes they'll bring a bag. And that little bag, you'll see them, they'll be squishing the bag, and just like with a light stick, inside of the bag there's another bag, and in that bag is a chemical. When you break the inside bag and you shake it up, that pouch, that white pouch, gets super cold. It's an ice pack. They call it an instant ice pack. Another thing, if you've ever been out in the cold in winter and you have those little hand warmers, they're little things, you open up the package, tear it open, and then you put the hand warmers like in your pockets, and you put your hands in your pockets, and the hand warmers get warm, and actually they can get pretty hot. Those are both indicators that a chemical reaction is taking place. Getting hot, getting cold, if you're holding the beaker and the beaker gets hot, gets cold, chemical reactions happening in that beaker. We'll see some examples of that. I know that I have, I think that I have one that gets cold enough, even in the video you can see ice forming. I'll put that together for y'all, because one of the activities you're going to be doing is identifying, or if a chemical, or not identifying, you're going to be deciding if a chemical change took place or not. Using these 7, because one of them isn't an indicator, one of them is just chemical reactions, using these 7 pieces of evidence. So city girls like there, and that's halfway through. So city stands for chemical reaction, girls stands for gas produced, bubbles or fizzing. It is also the same reason why you get some gas produced when you eat certain foods, because a chemical reaction takes place inside of you. Light is light produced, just like a glow stick. That's the best example I have of that, of light produced, because most people, I haven't met anybody yet that doesn't know what a glow stick is. There is temperature change. Gets hot, gets cold, or gets warmer, gets colder. I don't want you to think it has to be ice cold, and it doesn't have to be super hot. So, all right, that's the end of this video, just at 8 minutes. I'll come right back, join part 3 to get the second half.